This is part 2, so technically day 7. I can't keep track anymore. Let's see. So I've been kind of like free writing for getting my nano words in for the day. And so I just kind of like sit down and I have an idea of the chapter and the scenes that I want to kind of play out, but I've just kind of been trying to type and get it on the page, so to speak, so that it just flows naturally. And it usually ends up that it goes on in a different direction than I had anticipated, and things happen that I didn't plan for, but that's part of the exercise, is just getting it out there, and it ends up being cooler than I had planned for. So, but in that process, I'm kind of like having a hard time like not stopping myself to either look up a word I don't know how to spell. That doesn't happen very often, but if it's like a historical word or something, or if there's something that I know a little bit about and I want it to be in the story, but I need to do more research or something. So if that comes up, I'll just put it in brackets, and then I will like look it up later. But that is really, really hard for me to do, because before Nano and like earlier in the year when I first started on this story, I had started writing like a first draft, and I only got like 4 pages in the 9 months that it's been since February, and that's because I would try to write, and first of all, it wouldn't be free writing. It would just be kind of edit as you go, revising, making every sentence perfect and the way that I want it. And then also every time that I would need to like look up something like you know, what does a Victorian wedding dress look like, and what fabric is it made out of, and what kind of styles are there, and how can I describe that? These are all things that now I would put in brackets, and definitely take a good chunk of time later on, December on, just really researching and getting into it, and then putting that in the story. But beforehand, I would just jump on Wikipedia and then keep on going to all different sites, just on this tangent of like clothing or something that really doesn't matter. That's like not important to the story at all. So that was just bogging me down. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it helps me a lot to kind of put a pin in it, as they say, and come back to it. You don't need to worry about this exact detail right now, because you can put in the details later. I'm not going to call that advice, because I'm not an expert. I'm learning as I'm going, and I really don't even know if that's a good thing that you're supposed to do. Maybe you're supposed to go off on a tangent and research right now. I don't know. Tell me please. I don't know what I'm doing. Another thing I wanted to talk about was novel themes. I had read that it's really important to have themes in your story. Duh! But I didn't know what mine were, and I realized that if you boiled down all of the elements to my story, my main character's story arc would kind of just be her faced with a traumatic event, her running from her problems, and then struggling to find acceptance. So the acceptance one is the really big ticket, and I think that's probably one of the things that I definitely struggle with, and they say write what you know, so I guess that's one of the themes I wanted to unconsciously kind of explore, and maybe my brain was kind of pushing this on me in my dreams, and that this is how it manifested to that I wanted to make a whole novel exploring this theme of acceptance. But it basically boils down to finding someone who loves you just the way that you are, and I can't get any more into that because then I would be giving away the plot, and that's sad, but it's also exciting because I know that there's still stuff that I want to reveal to you guys, but I can't, and I'm hoping that some of you will want to read my story someday, so I'm going to keep it close to my heart. Last thing I want to say, I want to challenge you guys to make the ordinary extraordinary in your story. You can call this like a writing prompt or whatever you want, but make your characters like experience something that would normally seem ordinary and make it the most beautiful scene imaginable. For instance, my characters in the very first chapter, they are just sitting by a lake, and this time is precious because they would get ostracized and thrown out of their parents' houses if they were caught being seen together. So they are spending time together sitting by a lake. That's not that impressive or exciting, but it turns into a beautiful romantic scene where Adley proposes on the spot after seeing Dee painting her and stuff, and that's from a previous video if you want to know what I'm rambling about. But it could be something as simple as noticing the changes of a season, or like picking up a leaf on the ground and realizing that it looks like fire, or there's kind of like red blotches or something that remind you of something else. Anyway, I don't have any brain cells. So make this ordinary extraordinary. Be well and journey hard. I don't know. Just end the video. Blech.